Before we dive into the ad creation process, I wanted to briefly tell you about the Facebook Pixel, what it is, why you need it, and how to get started with the Facebook Pixel. So the Pixel is a tiny piece of code that you put into your website, and that allows Facebook to know what users are coming through to your website, and allows them to match those kind of users and then run ads to similar users or those same users. So you know when you visit a website, for example, you're shopping for new shoes, you visit a website, let's say you add those shoes, you go to the website, you add the shoes to the cart, but you don't end up buying them actually, so you leave, and then for the next 2 weeks, you see those shoes all over the internet and also on Facebook. You keep getting ads from that specific website. So this is what Facebook Pixel allows you to do. It allows you to retarget people that have already visited your website. It also allows you to do a bunch of other things. You can, for example, you can take all the people that have visited your website and then create audiences that are similar to them so you can target them. So they have not visited your website, but it's called lookalike audience. And we'll get into all of those details later. But Facebook Pixel, if you have a website, this is a very important piece of code that you need to put into your website to be able to retarget those users. It gives Facebook some other statistics about the visitors, and you can combine the analytics, and we're going to go into the details later, but basically it allows Facebook to see the type of people that are on your website and will improve the performance of your ads. So let me show you how to actually set up the Pixel. Here I have our new account that I have created. I called it the Danish Bakery. And so we set up the ads manager, we have the ad account, and now we are inside the ad account. There's no ads yet, so that's why it's empty. But if you go into the settings and you go into events manager. So if you don't know what events mean in the technical terms, event is any activity that a user would take on your website, for example. It's also the same with apps and apps and websites, basically. So event is anything that a user can do on your website. Like clicking a button is an event. If they type in something, go into a search field, that's an event. If they go on certain pages, those are all events that the website will trigger. So that's just a term that's used to identify. And don't worry about when I say inserting the code into your website. You don't have to be able to write code or understand code. It's very simple. And I'm going to walk you through the process. So there's different types of events. This is the Facebook Pixel event I was talking about. That's the one we need. Offline events, if you have a real physical store, a physical point, and then there's app events. I'm not going to get into these. They're not so crucial for this part. But if you have an app, you probably understand how to put in app events. So I don't need to cover that. So let's get started with the Facebook Pixel. So I don't have a dedicated website for this fake account, but I have my personal website that does not have a Pixel yet. So I'll use that one. It's com, and I want to create this one. There we go. So you can either inject the code manually, you can email instructor to developer if you have one, or you can connect it with a platform. Most likely, if you're starting off on your website, you're probably using some sort of platform like WordPress. My website is on WordPress, so we're going to go ahead and choose a platform. Here is WordPress. And it gives you very simple instructions. So I want to go ahead and do this. I need to download the extension. Right, okay. I have the extension that's required. So now I have to go to my website and install the new plugin. Right now I am inside of my WordPress dashboard, and I will go into plugins. When I'm in plugins, I will go and manually upload a new plugin. Here we go. It is in downloads, and it's the official Pixel. And I'll just install that plugin. Now that it's installed, next up we need to activate the plugin. I'll just click on activate. That's it. Now the plugin has been installed and activated. I'll go back to Facebook, and we can verify that the plugin is working. So actually I put in the plugin into this website, just to test it. Let's see if it works. This is a website I built for a client. It's a house visualization, and it's active. Wonderful. So the pixel is installed and it's working properly. Now you should be able to see when you go to your events manager, you should be able to see that your pixel is active. If this is not green and it's not active, I want to double check, go through the steps again and make sure that everything is working properly. It says no recent activity, but that is fine. That just means it takes a couple of hours until the website starts sending data to Facebook and they start to communicate properly, but we can see that it's active, so it's not a problem. If you go to test events, you can go check. You can see that I've tested some of the events and it's already working, so that's perfect. And you can also go to Diagnostics. If there's any issues, you might be able to get some help over here. But now you have a working Facebook pixel on your website. It's very simple. If you don't have a WordPress website, you can follow any of the other steps or any of the other platforms that were mentioned in the setup tutorial.